So there was a author. What the hell's his name? I forget his name. But one of the books that I used to talk about a lot that I was inspired by a lot was The Wealthy Barber. And it was about this barber who was like this athlete. He was like voted most likely to succeed. And when he was in high school, and they're from like a smaller town. And I guess this guy comes back from college. He's got a career now and he's doing well. He's coming back to visit family in town. And he needed a quick haircut. He goes into the barbershop and he sees the kid that was supposed to be successful, the guy cutting hair. He's like, damn, this guy failed at life. Damn, poor kid, poor guy, man. I thought he was gonna do so well. Something sad must have happened to him for him to have to be behind the chair cutting hair. Well, something sad did happen. His father passed away, and his father owned the barbershop, and he grew up in the barbershop. And so he wanted to keep the shop alive, and so he started cutting hair. But what he didn't know was that this guy was cutting hair, investing his money, and he was actually the wealthiest person in town. He didn't know that, but he felt bad for him because he was just a barber. So he learned a lot about investing and then he started sharing the tips on investments. And it might not be a true story. You know what I mean? It might be like the a rich dad, poor dad play. But either way, that book was dope to me. And it inspired me as a barber to build wealth, man. Like I feel like I'm literally real life the wealthy barber. Um, because the author isn't a barber. But anyways, he also has a YouTube channel. This is the YouTube channel. It's not big by any means, 6,200 subscribers, but the guy's very intelligent. And so he has a video that says two couples, one key difference. And I want to hear this because we have seen data that shows, a married couple will make 2 to 4 times. This is a statistic. On average, will make 2 to 4 times in their lifetime than a cohabiting couple, and definitely make more money than single people, right? These days, especially, it's nice to live on one income and invest the other income. You'll build real wealth that way. But I'd love to, seeing this title, it makes me want to see if he has something to add to these statistics. Let's see.
I had an interesting experience 2 weeks ago, an unusual one that's left an impression on me, one I felt it was important to share. Back-to-back nights, I sat down with young couples to take a look at their finances. These were people I knew. Obviously, I've done that kind of thing a ton, too many times. But what was different about this one was the incredible similarities between the couple's financial situations. It was strange. All four people in their mid-30s. Household incomes almost identical. No pensions at work for any of the four. Each couple had a group RSP available for one spouse with dollar for dollar matching, in one case to 5% of income, in the other case to 6% of income. Both couples had purchased their first homes exactly 4 years ago and were still in it. Crazy. And remarkably, even their down payments and house values were not far apart at all. No kids yet, no credit card debt. They were carbon copies. Is that still an expression? But here's where things take a turn. One couple is making a big enough RRSP contribution to get the full match, yay, and also maxing out one of their TFSAs. The other is saving nothing and argues there's no way they can. How can that be? Well, both couples had completed spending summaries ahead of time at my request. Though there were certainly some subtle differences, it all came out more or less the same except for one major difference. Major. Embracing a certain cost had put one of the couples in there's no way we can save position, while wisely limiting that same cost had set the other couple up for success. One cost, one difference in their approach to money management, one, cars. Yes, you had guessed that. Yes, I've hit this theme before, but yes, it's that important. Even for me, someone who has known and preached this for years, seeing it laid out that clear.
I don't know what he's gonna say, but you guys remember, for those of you that have been following me, I told y'all, man, my businesses were making millions of dollars a year, and I still had two 10-year-old cars, older than 10 years old, paid off. One of them cars was overheating. And it's because I had such a bad experience with cars, and cars always felt like they were weighting me down. And for what? As long as I can get to A to B, I was good. And that, I do believe that allowed me, though it didn't move the needle as much. Like I could have bought a car and had a $400 payment or something like that. You don't have to go all out, but yeah, that's a wealth killer for sure. Let's see what details he shares.
Clearly over those 2 nights really taught me a lesson. I haven't been talking about this enough. One couple was driving a fully paid for older car and a low cost used car, and the other had two very expensive newer models. Wow. One couple is driving smoothly down the road to financial prosperity, and the other is just, I guess, driving smoothly down the road.
Damn, man. Dang. And I don't think I got that from the Wealthy Barber. I don't think I did. But since we're talking about couples, let's look at data. Let's look at statistics here. So, wealthy couples, those who build and sustain wealth together, often share a set of key habits, mindsets, and systems that separate them from others. Check this out. Share. I say this all the time. You have to communicate. Y'all got to put a plan together. We need to do a damn keynote presentation in the living room with your family, and we got to map this out together. This is our mission. And we'll conversate about it. If there's some compromises in there that people don't like, then we'll talk about it and we'll negotiate, and then we'll have a final plan, a final vision, and we will hold each other accountable, right? How many of you guys grew up at the dinner table and money was not talked about? You couldn't talk about money. My kids know about our tax bills. My kids know about how much our rent is, the car payments. They know this stuff. They know our tax payments. They know all of this stuff. We talk about money regularly without shame or secrecy in my household. We have clear, short, and long-term goals. You know, we already know at the end of this year, we're moving out of this apartment. We have to buy something. We've been here. We're going to be here for 2 years. We have to go buy something. And we already know where we're going to buy. We already know what kind of down payment we got to save for. God is good. We've reached financial freedom. But legacy planning is a thing. You know, I talk to my kids all the time, what their goals are, what they're trying to do. And it ain't a free ride. Just because it's your parents' money. It ain't your money. So you better get your shit together. You like this lifestyle? You better do well. I'll teach you how to do well. We might have a family office. If you don't know what a family office is, Google what a family office is. We might have a family office and I'll loan you money for your business, but you better have a good business plan. You better have good credit. And we have to agree on the definition of enough and wealth. We have to count our blessings and we have to know when are we content. Then you got to have division of financial roles. That's number 2. So number 1, again, is shared financial vision. I'm going to write these down. I'm going to write these down here in my notes. So number 1, shared financial vision. What's number 2, guys? What do you guys think number 2 is? Number 2 is division of financial roles. And what does that mean? One person might handle investing, the other does the day-to-day budget, but both are informed. My wife pays all of our bills. We have one bank account. We have shared credit cards. My wife pays all of our bills. I hate looking at our bills. Now, she doesn't pay the credit cards, and that kind of helps with stress, right? I pay off the credit card. She pays everything with the credit cards anyways, but she don't see the credit card bill. She just sees the utility bills, those type of things. Pay with the credit card. Cool, that's good, that's done. I just make sure every month our credit cards are paid on time, and that's why both of us have 800 credit scores. Me and my wife both have 800 credit scores. Mine's at 835, guys. We're dividing and conquering. Here's another key one. But we also delegate, we automate, and we hire pros. I own an accounting firm, so we have an accountant. My wife's books are kept. My books are kept. She has life insurance. I have life insurance. Whatever I have, she has. We invest into it for both of us because you never know. It's not even about, I hear so many people in like the manosphere and even women, these single independent women, or not single independent women, they're married, but they're independent women and they divide, and everybody handles their finances different. I'm just sharing with you guys keys statistically that have been proven to help couples build wealth. And one of the things that they do is they'll do a lot of things like, I got to have my own money just in case. I got to have my own bank account just in case. We can have just in case. And it's not just in case he cheats on me or just in case. We're not doing it in bad faith. We're doing it as in, what if my husband gets hit by a bus? What if my wife gets hooked on drugs? And people are like, oh, my wife ain't gonna get hooked on drugs. You never know. Let me tell you a story about a family member of mine. She got into a nasty car accident. She was a paralegal, got into a nasty car accident, crushed bones in her body. They had to give her pain pills, pain medication, And that was the start of the ruin of her life. She got hooked on those pills and she never was able to beat it. That could be your wife. That could be your husband. And so you have to put in place things not just to protect yourself, but to protect them. Something that they can fall back on. You never know. So if you got a Roth IRA, you should have a Roth IRA for both of y'all. And y'all are putting enough in there to protect both of y'all. If you're gonna do a trust, protect both of y'all. Like all of this stuff is called advanced planning, and you automate the stuff. So you delegate the things like accounting, um, uh, uh, legal stuff, whether it's trust or anything like that. Um, Payments, like my wife has a lot of the bills on automated. My credit cards are automated, but it's our responsibility to make sure that they're good because shit happens, right? A card gets canceled for fraud or something like that, and all of a sudden the automation doesn't work, right? So you just need to make sure that it gets done, and we communicate when something happens. That's it. Division of financial roles, and then you can start involving your kids, so that your kids don't grow up, have to be in the real world, and they don't even know what a credit score is. Like a lot of kids are set up for failure these days, right? Number 3, this is a big one, and this is one that families suck at. Financial literacy, man. Let me show you guys this. This is a hack. I'm gonna put y'all on game. Both of my kids have a debit card, and it is probably the coolest app for kids. It's called Acorns. Acorns Early is what it's called. So first and foremost, both of my kids have a Roth IRA. Okay? And I pay my kids a salary. And that salary is tax-free. Did you guys know you can pay your kids a salary tax-free up to, I think, $12,000 or $14,000 a year? Okay? But my kids have a debit card and a bank account that I control. It's called Acorns Early. Let me show it to you guys on my screen. This is it right here. It is amazing. They get a debit card. You can control their bank accounts as their parents right here. You can automate what is it called? What is it called? Allowance. You can automate allowance. You can automate awards. You can give gift links. They get their debit card. You can set purchase limits or things that they're not allowed to purchase. And it's all automated on here, right? And here's the best part. You can set up their learning accounts to where they have to take these courses. And when they finish a course, they get paid. Bro, my kids came in here and they started doing each of these courses: investing course, a retiring course, a saving course, a borrowing, a earning, a planning course. All of these courses, and they got paid like $3 a course. And I think that if they finished all the courses, they made like $200. And my kids did it. They finished the courses. So the financial literacy was all in this app, but they also know banking. They can go to, my son be going to Publix downstairs. My daughter be ordering stuff on Amazon and stuff. They understand. They're starting to get exposure, guys, to being responsible with money, where a lot of us didn't learn this stuff until later. Well, my daughter's 11 learning this stuff. You know what I mean? My son was 13 learning this stuff. And then financial literacy, between you and your wife and all that. Like, go take some classes together. That's why I do like the Dave Ramsey thing. I wish there were more things out there. Maybe there are classes, physical classes for couples. I think that would be cool for couples to go to. And then number 4, and this is a list of 10. So let's get through this faster. Number 4, ooh, y'all not gonna like this. Y'all not gonna like this one. My handwriting is horrible, but you guys see this? Asset building over lifestyle spending. Man, I am so grateful that me and my wife did this. For the first probably decade of our marriage, we've been together 20 years. For the first decade, do you know how many holidays we didn't buy each other something? Only the kids, only the kids, only the kids, only the kids. Because we were saving for the next property. We were saving for the next business. We were asset built. We didn't have a real wedding until like 12 years after. Like, we were engaged for a long time because we didn't want to spend the $30,000-$40,000 on that wedding. On a wedding, we wanted to continue to build, to asset build. But now I have no problem now spending money with my wife. When we go on vacation, we upgrade everything. When we go out to eat, we go to Michelin star restaurants every weekend. Sometimes a couple times, sometimes a few times a week. We have a cleaning service. My wife don't have to clean. Like she cleans, obviously. She's amazing. She's very clean. Don't let me say that. She'll get mad at me. But like she has a personal trainer. Like we spend money now on lifestyle. We've taken a vacation every single month of this year so far, and we have Cancun at the end of this month. We have a cruise in July. In August, we have Puerto Rico Bad Bunny. Like we are now lifestyle spending, but it took years of sacrificing, of putting assets first so that one day we can live the lifestyle that we want to. Where most people will put their lifestyle on credit cards and they're always behind. They're always playing catch up their whole life. And we did that too, but we got sick of it. We knew that was wrong. Number 5, this one I don't do. It's too complex for me to do this one because we have the companies, but I'll tell you what I do. Okay, this one is monthly net worth tracking. I do like this though. I do like this. Monthly net worth tracking. And you can use apps like Rocket Money, Mint. I think Dave Ramsey has an app that helps you with this. And you can get a couple's account so you both have access to it. I don't do this because every single week I meet up with my team and they report our numbers. As long as things are healthy, we know the companies are doing well. My wife knows how well the companies do. And if anything's messed up, I'll let her know, hey, we got to chill out this month, or this year. Things are we're looking at a rocky year. And so I don't really have to do this. And then when I'm investing in stocks, I just let her know if we're doing well or whatever. So that's number 5. Number 6, this is a big one. This is one that a lot of people miss out on. And it's part of social media culture, right? And that is, not that one, but that is long-term thinking. Wealthy couples make decisions today that benefit their future selves. They delay gratification when needed, and they consider generational wealth and legacy. That is a big topic to me and my wife. We are trying to change our family tree. Generational wealth does not exist here, but it can start with us. And so me and my wife, that is a big deal to us. And if we didn't think like that, my brother-in-law's grave just got done. The marble, whatever you call it, the headstone, the big slab. My mother's got done as well, and they got the nicest ones on that plot of land, the nicest graves. And I know that's morbid, but if we didn't put long-term thinking and legacy as a priority, they would have just regular headstones. Maybe not, maybe nothing. There's graves out there that don't even have a headstone, guys. Just a little sign stuck in the ground. Sometimes you got to put your family tree on your back and think about your kids and your kids' kids, because I want to have a fruitful, amazing life with the people I love the most. And if I'm only thinking about myself, I can only vacation by myself because they can't afford a vacation with us. When we book vacations, we book it for multiple people, multiple families. Long-term thinking, baby. Number 7. What do y'all think number 7 is? This is a big one. We tend to overextend ourselves sometimes just to make it happen. Number 1. Number 2, we tend to not think about anything is possible. And I say this all the time. You guys know this. Anyone can get hit by a bus on that. You know what I mean? Like, anything is possible. When you walk out that door, first of all, when you wake up in the morning, you should be grateful to God. Some people don't wake up for natural causes, whatever it may be. And so you should have proper insurance in place. Why you don't have life insurance is beyond me. For most of you guys, you need life insurance that's $40, $50 a month. Term. You don't need whole life. Stay away from that shit, please. But you need term life insurance for you and your spouse, and maybe even your kids, because you never know. So you got to have life insurance. What about if you're self-employed, maybe disability and liability insurance, especially the wealthier you get, you definitely need liability insurance. Trust me, if you get into a car accident and you got a nice whip, the lawyers are calling to learn more about you. They want to see what type of bread they can get from you. And you got to have health insurance, man. People say health insurance is expensive, but it's really not. I'm not saying that the system ain't messed up. I'm not saying medicine isn't overpriced, but you can afford. Dude, I own an accounting firm, And I can tell you the amount of clients that if they just didn't eat out one less day a week, they could have health insurance. You should have an emergency fund. How many people, they say the average American is one flat tire away from being negative in their bank account. And we've seen videos of people sharing what's in their bank account. Like, the people who interview people on the streets, and it's sad, the numbers that you hear. And then trust and estate planning. Because if you actually have some shit, you don't want your people fighting over probate for your assets. So risk management. What about number 8? This is a big one. One of the biggest reasons for divorce is financial health. And this is vice versa too. By the way, you can flip this around and do it this way. Check this out. Relationship health actually equals financial health. Where most people, they're just always thinking, the reason why my relationship is bad is because our finances are bad. That's the main reason for divorce. But if your relationship is great and you trust one another and you can communicate with one another and you can combine incomes and live on one and invest the other person's for our wealth, relationship health leads to financial health. People think it's backwards, and it can be. But what if you flipped it and you just focused on relationship health? I bet you your financial health will go up. Statistically, it's been proven. And then number 9, continuous learning. Never stops, guys. It never stops. In marriage, in business, in your finances. I've already said, take courses together. Share clips on TikTok about, mentors talking about finances, couples finances. Read books on it. Stay updated on tax laws, investment trends, and real estate markets. Maybe your wife loves real estate and she pays attention to the real estate market, and you pay attention to the stock market and taxes. And you guys can talk about it over dinner sometimes, Attend retreats, masterminds, or money workshops together. We've already talked about that. They exist. And you might be able to write it off if you can make it as part of your business, or you guys are self-employed, right? Make sure you talk to your accountant. And then last but not least, number 10. What do you guys think number 10 is? We mentioned this earlier. Number 10 is systems that run without them. Automation. They automate bill payments, retirement investment contributions, credit card reward optimization. So bill payment, definitely on auto pay. For credit cards, we do the statement amount because just paying on time isn't enough. If you don't do the statement balance, that's what's getting reported to your credit bureaus, and your utilization can crash your credit score. Your retirement investment contributions. I literally just dropped a free course on my YouTube channel, on the other YouTube channel with the clips, my main channel, the one with 400,000 subscribers that gets no views. On that channel, I dropped exactly how to automate your investing, how to set it up and everything. Credit card reward optimization. We do not pay for travel. The vacations I just told you about that we take every single month, and how I book it for not just myself, but other, like I pay for everyone. Like if it's 8 of us, 10 of us, I'm paying for everybody most of the time, but I'm using my points. And my rewards are optimized because we use specific credit cards for specific things to maximize our rewards. And then when we go and we spend the points, we use it in a way that's going to maximize the value of those points so that we can spread the wealth a little bit further. This creates mental space and ensures consistency, and it allows you to live a damn life without having to think about, hey, did I have this bill paid? Did I have this bill paid? Did I have this bill paid? If a bill don't get paid, you're going to get an email it didn't get paid, or you're going to get a phone call. And that might happen once a year because of a credit card being, sometimes, banks randomly will close your card and mail you a new one, that type of thing. So this is the top 10 habits that the most successfully wealthy couples adopt and apply and commit to. So, man, good luck with that marriage, man. Good luck with that relationship. It's a lot nicer to have a healthy relationship and a rich one. It's a lot. I'm telling you, that fire, when the resorts you're staying at are 5 stars, $2,000 a night, when the flights are upgraded, when you guys can go shopping for all the outfits you're going to wear, and they're dope, and it's not Marshalls and Ross, it's nice shit, and you guys both look good on vacation because your wife has a personal trainer and you hit the gym and you're not worried about finances. Oh, shit, we're taking 2 weeks off. When we get back, man, we're going to have to put in overtime so we can pay these credit card bills off. when you have peace of mind, watch how your marriage blossoms like crazy, bro. That fire gonna be burning. Hopefully that was valuable to you guys. If not, I'm sorry.